I didn't even really realize I was doing a record until I was doing a record. Like when we actually booked ourselves into a big studio called OCL out here, east of the city. It's just this crazy little farm that this guy has got, millions of dollars worth of gear and the studio and this house that he built. So it's kind of a hidden gem, luckily for me. And then we were recording bed tracks. I flew in my drummer and my bass player, and we kind of all wore masks. This was even pre-vaccines, so it was kind of scary. We were just hoping not to kill each other in the room. So yeah, and then it just suddenly it was trying to figure out what songs to put on the record, and I obviously had a hard time choosing because 15 songs are on this album.
Pink, sing, pink, remove the sting, pink, jump off the swing, pink, buy your own ring, pink.
Wendy had this poem, and I just saw it. I think the first time I saw it was on Instagram. And I've been friends with Wendy for a couple of years. She was instrumental in helping me mount the horse shit campaign to stop the live export of horses to Japan. And Wendy's a masterful artist, and she's so great at marketing all those things. But she had written this poem for her daughter, and I said, "Do you mind if I try and write music to that?" So I just took it away and I wrote the music to it. I had to amend it a little bit to make it fit into a construct that it felt like it was rhyming. And I'm not going to tell you that it was easy. I sat with my guitar for, an afternoon and was determined to figure out how I could write music and make this piece musical and make it feel like a song. The funny part is that I'm the choir. That's the thing that came out of wanting to be. I just sang it dozens of times in different voices, and yeah, it was really great to take a piece of prose, Wendy's poetry, and just go off into this fantasy land with it. And she was very generous because the things that I changed, I know what it's like to write something, but just little things that I added and to make the length, she was incredibly open to that. And I think she's really happy with it. I've certainly played it. I played her a few versions along the way. And I think the first time I had played it to her on guitar, it was like, she was like, "Oh my God." So I'm really happy with the song. I think the poetry, the poem in and of itself, the Pink poem is just so visceral and immediate, and the messaging I think is so exceptional.
I hear your music everywhere all the time. I was in the US.
Oh,
my
well,
God,
that's good.
it's the best. Where's one of the most random places you've heard yourself?
I think in a casino on a cruise ship in the Mediterranean somewhere. I went for my mom and dad's 50th wedding anniversary, and of course, you get your drink. I don't drink, but I had like a soda. Oh, maybe I did drink back in those days. I probably did have a drink in my hand. And you go in the casino after dinner, and I remember hearing "Could I Be Your Girl" in the casino, and it took me a while to go, what is that? I'm like, oh my God, that's me. So yeah, very random. And I hear myself in Vegas a lot, so I must be a casino staple.
Just associated with awesomeness and good times. And have you started to play Wordle yet?
No, I'm not going to succumb to it. I really am not a word game. I'll play Scrabble once in a while. People love playing Scrabble against me because they always win, and that's fine. My brain is so not geared for that. Sudoku, I'd want to kill myself.
No.
My road manager Chris loves that. I see him do that on the plane, and I'm just like, give me your knife because I'm going to saw my wrists off right now. Puzzles, I know people got into puzzles during the pandemic. Of my neighbor, they turned their ping pong table because they got a 10,000 piece puzzle.
No.
And I'm like, you guys you're sick. And I'm like, what do you do when you're done? You just put them back in the box and give it away to somebody else to try. I'm like, no, you people are very ill. I'd rather, I don't know. No,